if you hear it in context, lasts about 20 seconds. It's 20 long seconds in which the composer, Richard Strauss, chose to select just one pitch to represent nature, a primordial hum of the cosmos. For someone with Strauss's ear, there was an obvious candidate, a note on the pedal organ vibrating 16 times per second. That's a very low C. And if you took piano lessons as a child, the first note you ever learned was the one right in the center of the keyboard. That's middle C. If you kept at it, you eventually played the first of Bach's 48 Preludes and Fugues, which starts on middle C. And if you've ever been to the opera or even heard of the sopranos and the tenors' histrionic triumphs and tragedies, you know the note that they simultaneously fear and exult. That's their high C. How can one note have such a reputation? Actually, the musical alphabet begins with C. It's the key signature with no sharps or flats, the white keys on the piano. Some have even called it the white key. Others were more effusive. In 1806, the poet and music theorist Christian Schubart wrote a treatise defining the characteristics of different keys. C major, he wrote, was completely pure. Its character is innocence, simplicity, naivete, children's talk. His opinion may be partly because, up until about the middle of the 19th century, keyboard instruments were tuned in an unequal way that favored some keys over others. The most favored key of all? C major. Of course, there are 11 other notes in the Western musical scale, and so 11 other keys in which to write music. Composers develop unique and highly personal relationships with musical keys. For Beethoven, E-flat major was the key of heroism, as in his Eroica Symphony. For Brahms, E-flat minor was reserved for the blackest of sorrows. Would we stand up for the Hallelujah Chorus were it not set in the triumphant key of D? And Mozart's sunniest, most untroubled key, A major. But C, what is it about C? The California composer Terry Riley began the minimalist movement in 1964. Minimalism now permeates contemporary music. John Adams, Steve Reich, Philip Glass. Riley led his listeners on a ramble through subtly evolving rhythms, but his piece was defined by that single dominating key. And he named his composition exactly what it was, in C. I'm Roger Kaza at the University of Houston, where we're interested in the way inventive minds work.
A transcript of this Engines of Our Ingenuity episode number 2353 is online at uh.edu/engines. Additional episodes are available by podcast.
San Juan Regional Medical Center is your community hospital, committed to making life better for the communities we are privileged to serve. In fact, better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. What matters most to our patients matters most to us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so you can get the quality care you need right here at home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, celebrating life better here since 1910.
KSJE is supported by the Farmington Museum. What if you could jump into the world of wild kratts and swing through the trees like a monkey, or hunt like a dragonfish? Now you can. Wild Kratts, Creature Power, and Ocean Adventure Museum Exhibit, opening September 24th through January 7th at the Farmington Museum. Tickets at farmingtonmuseum.org.
17 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning, October 11th, 2022. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thank you for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM, of course, right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, you can always tune us in at 103.3 FM. And if you're anywhere else on the planet, you can just go to our website and listen anytime at ksje.com. Or guess what? Ask your smart speaker to play KSJE, and it will. Welcome also to our viewers who are joining us this morning. The video is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page, our Twitter account, and our YouTube channel. We're glad that you are with us this morning because coming up, my guest, Jamie Church, is here from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce. We're going to get to that conversation in just a few moments here on KSJE. Lots to talk about this morning. Then later on, of course, we'll introduce you to some pets who are available for adoption at the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter, and that includes Sloan, the handsome-looking dog you see on the screen right there. So join us for that later on this hour at 8:50 a.m. on KSJE. Mick S. will be here next hour, Roving with the Arts. It is our weekday classical music program, and this morning Mick is featuring music from Ravel and Stravinsky. Enjoy that next hour here on KSJE. And don't forget, you can also connect with us on Instagram in addition to Facebook and YouTube and Twitter if you're an Instagram person. And if you're a podcast person, and who isn't these days, you can subscribe for free to KSJE Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, and maybe discover a new program that you may have missed recently from the radio station here. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it is 46 degrees at the moment, and we're expecting a mostly sunny day, though. Today's high 72 in Farmington. Clear tonight with a low of 42 degrees. Sunny and 74 tomorrow and Thursday. Sunshine 73 on Friday, 74 on Saturday. Lots of sunshine and overnight lows feeling like fall in the low to mid 40s, I would say. And here's a little picture of how the weather looked like here at San Juan College just a few moments ago. As cars are arriving, the sun is rising, and that beautiful clear blue sky. We would call it Chamber of Commerce weather, and that leads me to my guest this morning who is here, Jamie Church from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce. Doesn't that look like...
It does look like Chamber of Commerce weather.
Beautiful, right? These fall days, they've just been wonderful.
Oh, my goodness. Best time of year. Absolutely.
Right? Exactly.
Is the fall. So happy to be here this morning.
Good morning. A busy week for you.
I know. I think I'm probably looking a little tired. I sure got some bags under my eyes from a lot of stuff going on.
You have a lot of stuff going on.
Very busy couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so,
right?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about what you had going on at the very beginning of the month, which, of course, was the Chilean Oktoberfest.
That's right. That's right.
And its new location.
Our new location. That was a big move. So October 1st, so the very first day of the month, yes, we had Chilean Oktoberfest, which is an event that the Chamber's been doing for years and years, way before my time. Oh, there's a nice picture.
Yeah, look
on
at
the
that.
screen.
Thank you, Zia Media
October.
Group. We'll give them credit for that.
I want to say this was early in the day because later in the day
Right.
there was hundreds and hundreds of people down there.
That's true, but I thought it was cool to show the street and all the different tents and everything.
Yes,
yeah.
and that's exactly the image that I kind of had in my mind. So the reason we moved this event from Berg Park to downtown, I mean, Berg Park's beautiful. We all love Berg Park, and there's many festivals down there. But with the new downtown, with the redo of downtown, the wider sidewalks, the roundabouts, the work they've done, I just was thinking it would be really great to bring this event to downtown Farmington to really celebrate and show off what's going on down there. And,
Sure.
and this is just my opinion, Chamber Director, I think it would be great to see an event almost every month down there, some kind of a festival or something like that. I know that gets a little tricky with streets
Hear
and
that,
all
City
of
of
that,
Farmington?
but I said this is Chamber,
I know.
but
I bet they would like to see it too. I think the
yeah.
city would like to see more
Yeah.
events downtown. So there you go. Yeah.
So we moved it. We had 2 blocks blocked off from Orchard Park Plaza to the end of Barron. So, and we had the tents and the chili cooks, and we had vendors and flags. And I'll tell you what, as I looked down the street, later in the day, it just looked like a festival. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. Is at Berg Park, as great as it was, we were a little limited on space because the chili cooks have to be set up on a solid level surface because they're cooking chili on site. So a lot of them are using burners, barbecues, propane, and so you can't have those just in any kind of an unsurfaced
Wobbly. Nobody wants
like
wobbly
grass
chili
or anything.
Yeah,
So that at Berg, that meant we had to have the brick area. So that didn't leave a lot of room for maybe vendors or different things. Whereas downtown, we had this great space, 2 blocks, two city blocks that really worked well. And I was very happy about what was going on with the downtown merchants, because that was another goal. As the chamber director, I always have to look at every event we do is, how does this fit within our mission? Is this engaging our chamber members? Is this connecting with community? Is this helping to drive business and exposure for our businesses? And this event definitely did. Every store I kind of poked my head into was just doing a great business. I had really good feedback from the Dusty Attic. They were thrilled with the weekend. I know Brown's Shoe did a really record. I mean, they were busy the entire time I looked in there. So in terms of that, I think it worked really well. The chili cooks were happy. I've even gotten feedback from people that just have emailed me and said, great event, loved having it downtown. So I really want to thank the city of Farmington, Karen Lupton, who's the person that I worked with. She was sort of my point person for the city. We had a lot of phone calls and texts and meetings to do this and move this downtown. And the guys, the crew from the city that helped bring in the barriers to block off the streets, that blocked off the streets, that brought in extra trash cans. Those guys, that team, that crew, they were great. So please, thank you to the city of Farmington and to everybody who turned out. So we can tie a bow on that.
Yeah.
We had our debrief
Nice.
meeting with our committee last Friday and wrapped it up and did, what worked well, what do we need to do next year, and now we'll move on to the next thing. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun.
Because it was a busy weekend, as we were talking about before we came on the air this morning. Same weekend as the Highland Games and
Yes.
Aztec, of course. The same
Yes.
day as the Road Apple Rally that
Right.
morning in the northern part of the city. And so
Right.
that's some of the same crews doing
It
work
is.
for
It
both.
is.
So, yeah.
And, we talk about this all the time, but I think September and October are the premier months to do events in our area, and so a lot of events. And now there's even more, because there was a very successful balloon rally, which I
That's
loved,
true,
because
too.
the balloons flew right over my house, which was
yeah.
really fun. So I thought the balloon rally was wonderful. And then just a couple, right on that same time was the Wines of the San Juan had their Harvest Festival, and then we had the National Night Out, which was another successful event. Then there was the Animas River Jam, which happened this past weekend, and we have Sweeney Todd coming up, and we have Chili in October, and we have there's definitely a lot of events that are happening within this September October time as we lead into the holidays.
If you say there's nothing to do in
Oh,
Farmington,
my
you're not
goodness.
paying attention,
No.
is what I say to everybody.
But, it does become a lot, and we try to talk and meet within our various groups, but the fall is just the best time. So I think we just need to look at one festival after another, and we need to celebrate that in our community, because I think that's something we've always been working towards, is having all these festivals and bringing people in from all over for these kind of events.
Right.
And one of our cooks said to me, I'd love to see people from out of the state participate in this. And so would we. I'd love to see where we got cooks in from Arizona and Utah that wanted to make the trip and compete.
Right.
So I think that would be a lot of fun.
Well, no disrespect to our friends in Colorado, but we know that their chili just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Oh, they do have one cook that comes in.
doesn't
He couldn't
fit,
make
does it?
it this year.
Okay.
But he does. He comes in.
I know
from
you
Ignacio.
tried to start something.
I know. Well, yeah. So, but anyway, so it's just a fun chili cook-off. But I think it worked really exceptionally well down there. I was very happy with it. And I also need to thank Zia Media. They let us be their staging area. It's where we did our judging. It's where we kind of had a lot of our supplies stored throughout the day. And then also Monica Schultz and Chili Pod, she let us use her area for storage, because it takes a lot to put these together.
Sure.
We had 15,000 chili tasting cups for samples stored away in all these various places.
Right.
And ladles and, napkins and spoons and banners. And, so there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. And so I appreciate those downtown merchants who kind of let us use their extra spaces for overflow.
Right. Very good.
Of course, Farmington Police Department down there, we can't have these events, especially with beer and alcohol and wine, like a wine garden, without that. So I appreciate them as well.
Yeah.
So, and to my committee.
Yeah.
We pulled it off, guys. Good
They did
job.
it. There you
Good
go.
job,
And
Farmington
now
Chamber.
start talking about next year, I guess.
Yep.
Right.
Well, yep.
But you have one more thing this week before you can kind of just take a deep breath because it's coming.
It is.
Gosh, it's tomorrow.
No, it starts tomorrow.
Right,
yes,
tomorrow
tomorrow's
afternoon.
Wednesday.
That's
You're right.
right.
That's
Sorry.
right. October 12th.
But there it is. But
that
it's
is Four Corners Professional Women's Summit.
Yeah,
so
but sold out.
Huge event, sold out. So yes, this year we added on an evening event, which will be tomorrow. It's a speed networking and VIP reception. So that is tomorrow at the Civic Center. And I will say that if you did not get a ticket to the Women's Summit, because we are sold out, the
Right.
Thursday event is sold out. If you would like to participate in in this speed networking,
Okay.
and wanted to just attend that or the VIP reception, reach out to me at the chamber today, because the speed networking part is kind of an add-on, and we do still have some space there. So if that's something you're interested in, and gosh, I missed the summit, but I would like to at least come to that, let us know.
Okay, good.
So that is tomorrow. Starts 4:30 at the Civic Center. The actual speed networking starts at 5, and then our VIP reception starts at 6:30. We have the Zia Chicks are coming in. Clancy's will be there with appetizers, and so that'll be a great social time. So then the very next day, we begin at 8 a.m. with our coffee and muffins and networking time. And it was fun this year because I always like for this event, you like to reach out to women-owned businesses in the community because
Sure.
this is the Women's Summit. So we have muffins coming from Tara down at the Bake Shop and also with Tammy at Encore. So we were able, 400 muffins is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to put on one
Right.
baker.
Sure.
So we were able
So
to
split it up.
split it this year,
Nice.
and both with women-owned businesses that are local, that are small businesses. So that was really fun to do. So we will start bright and early on Thursday, again at the Civic Center, and we will go with our all-day summit. And we did sell out at 400. So,
How about that?
yes. So that is going to be, that's huge. And we were stuffing the tote bags yesterday. We had an assembly line
Right.
of volunteers and the swag. And we just had a great little system. And we got those 400 tote bags filled in no time. So now they're all in my office,
See.
lining the hallways.
Waiting to be transported down to the Civic
to the
Center.
next step. But
Yeah.
very exciting.
There you go. And your guests are coming in.
Yes.
Your speakers are coming in today.
From all over.
And tomorrow we'll be ready for the event on Thursday. Of course,
Yes.
the full day event on Thursday.
Yeah.
And just how this has grown, I think,
Huge.
so much, right? When was the first one? I'm trying to remember.
Well, the first one was in 2019,
Okay.
and we were just having a conversation. A few of the women that are on our board or would come to my coffees, the Focus on Farmington coffees, and we're like, what would be really neat is to do some kind of a women's networking or a women's summit or a women's, because we realized there really wasn't anything like that here. There were expos, which were kind of like vendors where
Sure.
it was those kind of businesses that cater to women, but there wasn't an actual professional development specifically designed for women and some of the unique things that women deal with as they're trying to juggle work and home and family and other things. And that's not to say men don't do that too, because men do that
Sure.
even more now than in the past. So
Right.
it's not to say, but it is,
and men are welcome to come to the Women's Summit, too.
absolutely.
I
We
mean,
have lots of men coming
right.
to the summit,
Yeah.
actually. So, but it's more about talking about this idea of professional development and networking, and also looking at how people, women, men, reinvent themselves multiple times throughout their career, and especially after COVID. So to get back to your original question, the event started in 2019, and we had it at Artifacts because that's one of my favorite venues to do anything because
Sure.
it's such a cool venue. And
But what was the attendance?
70.
Maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
and we sold out that year,
Sure.
too. We had like
Right.
70, 75 women in
Okay.
that venue. That's a sellout. And I had my friend Stephanie McHugh come down from Denver. She's a professional comedian that I've known since junior high. And so she did a great, she was our keynote that year. And so it went really well, and we realized, wow, we've tapped into something. And the energy and sort of just the, the sincerity and the transparency of our speakers really inspired people. And then 2020, obviously, we were
Did
like,
something happen?
oh,
Did something happen in 2020?
what are we
I'm
going
trying
to do?
remember.
And you hate to have an
Sure.
event that has such energy, and
course.
then you go, we're not going to do it, because sometimes it can be really hard to get back on track.
Right, of course.
So we did a virtual in 2020, and we had 4 speakers, and they presented, and we did breakout rooms, and we actually had lunch. We had box lunches, and we had people go pick up their box lunch and then take it back to their office where they could listen in. And so I think overall it actually really worked. And so we pivoted, which was not my favorite word, but we did. We adapted in 2020, but we wanted to get back on track as soon as possible. So in 2021, we had the summit live again at the Civic Center, and we had 250 people attend, which I think even exceeded our expectations with 250. Right. And so based on the feedback and, again, how successful that was, then we thought, let's go even bigger. Let's look at 400, which was huge. That was 150 more. Yeah. And we did it. We sold out. Yeah. So here we are, and we are sold out. Okay. So obviously, I think it's tapping into something. And again, this is not to say that there aren't other events that go on, that also professional development, and there are great opportunities for networking and this kind of thing, but we feel like we have kind of tapped into something that people want to see, and that's sort of leaving the day, at the end of the day, inspired, educated, energized, having an opportunity to network and meet somebody you didn't know before, and to maybe find a mentor, or just also to step back and look at these local women who are going to be presenting and go, wow, we've got some pretty amazing people in our community that are doing some pretty amazing things.
Well, and I think the track record is that the reputation is, I'm going to go, and it's going to be worth my time and money to go, and I'm going to get a lot of useful things out of it. And that's what I think has been building it over the years, because word of mouth and just people that have gone and said, this was so great, you got to go next time they have it, and here we are.
Right.
And it's 400 people, and I think probably next year you're going to be at McGee Park.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I know we keep talking about that. Where do we go from here? So, and we do have local speakers. Our goal has always been, our intention has always been to keep about half of our speakers local and then half from out of the area, because I do think there's a lot to be gained from learning from somebody out of your area. We have a speaker coming in from Alabama. We have speakers coming in from the East Coast, and then we have somebody coming in from Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and then everybody else is local. But I do think there's something to be learned from people that are coming in from outside the area that you don't know, that you're learning from.
Right. But
and
a nice mix of local and out of town.
We always want to keep it that way, so that people, we do tap into some of this hidden talent maybe in our own community, and that's fun for our committee to look at who we have in the region. And when I say our community, I'm talking regionally. I've already reached out to somebody for next year who's from Durango, who's got an amazing story. But also, who are the people here that are pretty incredible that we don't know their whole story. Last year, Shauna Reeves with the City of Farmington shared her story. It was incredibly powerful. She had never shared it before, and she got a standing ovation at the end of her presentation. And I think everybody was just completely amazed and in awe of her story, and that she had not ever shared that before, and she did at our Women's Summit last year. It was pretty incredible. So that, and one of the reasons that we do it on a weekday, on a Thursday, is because we want our employers, our businesses, the people attending this to realize this is professional development. This is worth the time to take the day from work, because we all do that. We've all attended conferences, professional development, continuing education. We don't want it on a weekend. We don't want this to take away from your family time, because that's important too. That's part of the balance. So if we were to do this on a Saturday, people would have to give up that day with their family, and we don't want that. We want to always keep it during the week. So, a lot of sort of talking already of what do we do next year, and how do we continue to grow this event and collaborate with some of our partners in Durango. We've got a group coming down from the professional networking group. It's the women's professional networking group from Durango, and how do we maybe collaborate with them? How do we look at doing some other events with them in the future? So that's what I'm excited about, is we're making these relationships, we're connecting with people we've never met before. We're saying, well, what if we do this? Or how would it look if we do that, this next year?
Sure.
And that's what this is all about. So
exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And it's sold out. So
Thanks.
if you missed your opportunity, maybe you can get into this VIP and
to the
event
networking.
tomorrow.
Yeah, and we will have vendors set up for that tomorrow, and then we
Okay.
do have some vendors on Thursday as well. But if
So they should reach out to you
yeah,
at the
reach
chamber,
out to me
right?
because that we are like I said, we knew that not all 400 people were going to come to the networking thing on Wednesday night. So we do have some spaces there. So if you'd like to attend that or the VIP reception, contact us at the chamber. And I do want to say that of those 400 people, we have approximately 30 or so that are students.
Nice.
Which is great because that has been a big piece of what we want to do with this. So every year as I reach out to the schools and the college, we get more and more students and they can attend on scholarship thanks to some of our donors that donate for that scholarship level. And I'm so excited to have high school students and San Juan College students attending that are going to be able to listen and hear and meet these people and practice their networking skills. So that to me is something I want to just continue to grow and maybe build in some kind of student workshops that are specific for students. So again, just some ideas as we go forward. How do we expand this? How do we reach into our youth and our emerging leaders and our emerging business people? So much potential and really excited about it.
Very exciting.
But I still have to just get through tomorrow and Thursday.
It's still
Do you
coming.
see me talking about next year and haven't even done this year's yet?
Right, but it's okay. It'll happen.
I have not done my PowerPoint yet. I admit it. All right.
It's
That's what
okay.
I'm doing this afternoon.
It's like riding a bike, right?
Just right. Well,
You know?
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
just keep pedaling. Keep
just
pedaling.
keep pedaling.
You're like the duck. It was very calm on the
You're like
surface,
the little
and your
fish in
feet.
Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming.
There you go. That's
Just
right.
Keep swimming.
But I think your feet underwater are just
Yes.
going mile a minute.
Oh yeah, and my brain.
Yeah, but
but
there you
anyway,
go.
very
Okay.
exciting, and thanks for
Of
giving
course.
us. Thanks for the support of people in this.
Well,
too.
sure. That
And
helps too, right?
Yeah, it does. Couldn't do it without the committee.
Very
Again,
true. Now, before we run out of time,
I know.
there's one more thing we need to mention. At least one more
It goes
thing.
so fast.
The Christmas parade will
Christmas
be here
parade.
before we know it, even though it's October.
That's right.
But it's coming, and you were
Yes.
planning
Yes.
something always bigger and better than and last year's parade was pretty cool.
Yeah, so basically we're taking the theme of last year, Ringing in Christmas, because it was so successful. And I have this idea that we will become the parade that has the most Christmas bells in the state of New Mexico, if not the world. So
Okay.
there's my goal.
All right.
So anyway, back
The gauntlet has been thrown or rung, as
yes.
it were.
So we are doing Ringing in Christmas again, thanks to sponsor M&R Trucking. We have all the bells. So in my office are 4,200 Christmas bells. We have more than we did last year. And they're sitting there waiting to have ribbons tied on them for the Christmas parade. So just on the details, Christmas parade is Thursday, December 1st. It will be in downtown Farmington. And
An evening parade, a night
evening
parade, electric
It's
light
a night
parade.
parade, light parade. And so we will be doing the bells again and handing bells out to the children and so that they can ring in Christmas. And so very excited. I'm not going to steal any thunder from Festival of Trees because they'll probably be coming in and talking about
course.
Festival of Trees, but that is back at the Civic Center. And they presented at our Red Coat meeting yesterday with the schedule of events. And I think they're very excited to be back in the Civic Center. And they've got some great new events as part of that. But we will be downtown on December 1st for the parade. And then that kind of ties in with all of the great Christmas festivities. And so we've had people calling us about entries for the parade. They are ready. We will email them to you. But once we get through the Women's Summit,
Right.
and we can take a breath, then we will get the entry forms on our website and we will start having those in our newsletter. But if you're trying just to plan with a group for your entry, it is Thursday, December 1st.
Yep.
And
Always-
we will have those on our website in about a week.
Right.
So,
Always the Thursday after Thanksgiving.
Yes,
That
Thursday
hasn't
after
changed
Thanksgiving.
forever.
No, and it's nice because it is sort of at the early time of December, so it ties in with there's luminaries. I think almost that same weekend. There's a lot going on
We
in
do-
that time period.
Farmington does a lot that week.
We do.
And then we're done.
And then we're
kind
done.
of. Yeah, for holidays.
So that all these people can take a break and enjoy their holidays
True,
too, and they're not
true.
trying to
But
plan
that week is
parades
pretty
and stuff.
crazy.
It
with
is.
The parade and Festival of Trees and Luminaries, you're right, is that
Yes,
Saturday.
yeah.
But lots
But
going on.
There is. And I definitely, after listening to the presentation on Festival of Trees, go to their website and look. They've got I've already got my tickets for the Teddy Bear Story Hour
course
because I
you
have
do.
grandkids
Well,
here
no,
now, and
right,
I'm
you
so
better.
excited to
Yeah.
take them. So I already bought my tickets. So
Good for you.
Tickets are already on sale. But yes, contact us at the Chamber next week, please.
Right.
Our number is 505-325-0279, and we're happy to send you an entry form or, get you, if you want to attend this speed networking event tomorrow night, just let us know. But yeah, that's it.
Exciting.
That's all that's going on.
That's it? Wow.
That's it.
Okay.
Gosh.
Well, thank you for interrupting your bonbon eating to come in and talk to me today. Appreciate it.
Bonbon eating. Yeah, I'm going to go home and just lay on the couch.
Yeah,
watch
that's
TV
all you
the rest
do,
of the
right?
day.
I mean,
That's all
come
I
on.
do.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm loading my car with tote bags is what I'm doing today.
I think, I don't think you're going to be doing any relaxation
No.
until Friday.
Right,
Probably.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
there you go. But thank you for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Good luck with everything, of
Thanks.
course. It's
Thanks
very
for having
exciting. Really great to see these events again back. And, of course, the support of the community, as you said, couldn't do without them.
Oh, the volunteers, huge.
Yeah.
All of these events, find the volunteers and thank them because that's the reason these events happen. Find those people that are just there, running around doing volunteer stuff and give them a high five and thank them for giving their time.
Right. Very true. Thanks, Jamie.
All right, thanks.
All right. We'll see you next month. That's Jamie Church from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce, my guest here on KSJE. KSJE and San Juan College present the Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week.
Hello, it's me, Emin Chi, from the Student Achievement Center. We're bringing you week 8 of Coaching Tips of the Week. Midterm tips. The best students pre-learn what they're going to cover in class, often by reading over their textbooks, then taking great notes in class, and finally reviewing all of the materials after class. That may sound like a lot, but it's more effective than cramming for long days and nights before exams. Whether it's math or history, retyping, or at least tidying up and annotating your notes from class is a great way to clarify concepts and help materials sink in. Return frequently to previously covered concepts to keep them fresh and utilize them as you are progressing. As you build connections between concepts, you broaden your understanding of the material. Nothing beats flashcards as a study tool, and they are an easy way to notate important concepts for future studying and review. If you don't understand something, address it immediately. Go to office hours, work with a friend, meet with a tutor. Nothing derails learning like building on a shaky foundation.
The Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week, presented by KSJE and the Student Achievement Center at San Juan College. KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, bringing a full slate of entertainment to Farmington and San Juan County. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, October 20th through the 30th. The Farmington Civic Center, 200 West Arrington in downtown Farmington. Find out more online at fmtn.org/shows or at 505-599-1148. KSJE is supported by Aztec Motocross. Located on Highway 173, Aztec Motocross offers a safe and competitive racing environment for the growing off-road and outdoor industry. Upcoming racing weekends, September 24th and 25th, and October 22nd and 23rd. Also, the New Mexico State Championship Motocross Race Series, October 8th and 9th. Find out more online at aztecmotocross.com or 505-393-5222.
Silicon